Good morning.
Morning.
Happy day from SevenEast. I am Aftan Ci,
AmberCherish, and JoShayla.
and today we're bringing you a treat. The 3 steps, 3 things you need to do in order to start a business. Let's go.
Okay, so the first step is to think. So with thinking, you're going to start developing your idea of the service or product or whatever it is you're going to offer to people, your target audience, because depending on what you're doing, you're not going to target everybody.
No.
So if you are wanting to be a producer or a musician or an artist, something along those lines, you got to think about maybe the type of audience you want to perform for, the venues you want to play in. As a photographer, there are many different types of photography, from wedding to newborn to music to product, you name it, there's a venue for it. So if I'm advertising for music photography, I'm not going to advertise to people getting married, because that's not what I'm doing.
Right.
Natural hair care. You know, if it's someone that's bald headed, they don't have hair. Or if it's
But if they're bald, you can oil the scalp.
You can oil your scalp.
You can oil
But
the
if
scalp.
it's more hair related,
you gotta take care of the scalp.
take care of the follicles. I got you. But what if they don't want hair? What if they just want to be wild?
You still gotta oil that scalp, honey.
You're right. You should oil your scalp. Okay, so that was a horrible example. But still, if there's stuff like that, you want to make sure you're marketing to the right audience. Also, with thinking and developing, you know, do you need somewhere to work from? Can you work from home? Are you going to just work on location? And if you are going to need a business, what does that look like financially to get started?
Right.
So those are some things to take into account before actually starting your business. And how will you finance it? You know, do you want to get with a grant writer? Do you want to apply for grants? Do you have a few investors you can reach out to? And even with investors, are they going to be silent partners? Are they going to be actively involved? So there's a lot of pieces in that think piece. So that's probably, I think, the hardest part, is just thinking and getting it together. Some people develop elaborate business plans. Depending on your business, that might be the best option for you. But with our kind of things that we do, we don't necessarily have to have a solid business plan, because it's more or less of, as you grow your products and your services, who can we advertise this particular product to or this particular service to? So it's a little different depending on your niche. If you do need guidance, most community colleges have a small business center, and they are there for free to help you with this step. So that would be number one. I would say, once you have your idea and a idea of what you want to do and where you're going with the product or service, is to get in contact with a small business center in your area at the community college.
For me, that didn't work. I did that. I went, and one of the things is, when you're a creative, business people don't really get us. They're like, well, you need to have this, and this. No, I don't, because that's not how it operates. Even as far as to drawing up contracts between me and some partners in terms of producing other people's records and stuff like that, they didn't get it. So you have to be sure that if you're gonna go to somewhere like that, you only take out the pieces that you need. Because everything, like, I'm not drawing up a 10-step business plan.
Right.
I can't, like, well, where's the money coming from? Well, how are you financing this? From my paycheck. That's why I work every day.
Right.
Come on. That's why I work every day. So just pick out the things that are applicable to you and whatever you're doing. But if you have a legit business, like you're gonna be serving people for real, make sure you follow what she said. You can't go open up a barbershop on faith. No, it don't work like that.
You're gonna need some clientele.
You need a business, like a legit business plan. And when it comes to recording, like, I started recording at my house. You start recording for $300 or $400, like,
right.
You know, and then people are drawn to you, whoever that, you know, people who want you to record them,
right.
And you kind of, my niche is kind of who wants my services. Like, right. I'm very much different from the, I guess, photography realm, because I'll record anything and anybody. You know what I'm saying? You come to me record country, I will do it.
That's awesome.
But you come to her, ask her to do some baby photos, she not finna do that. She not getting
not
your
my
wedding.
age.
She's not gonna do that. She's a music photographer. You know, that's what she does. So just pull out what's applicable to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Amber's not gonna help you shave your head. She doesn't have a product like that. But she's gonna help you oil your scalp, because the scalp. Don't listen to this shit.
Don't come over here.
The scalp is important.
The scalp is important.
Right.
My bad. I said it was a bad example.
All right, so if I was to give one, number 2 would be to register, okay? So determine the business structure that you're going to have. For me, I'm a sole proprietor. I think you guys are sole proprietors as well. Like, as I grow, I may become, I may do an LLC, limited liability corporation, but I don't need all that right now. Right now, I can just be a sole proprietor. I developed my name. I kept my mouth shut with my name. Keep your mouth shut.
With the whole process, really.
Keep your mouth shut. Keep people at your business.
Don't post everything.
Do not let them see it when it's legit, right? Once you got your idea, once you got your name, go to your local register of deeds, all right? In North Carolina, it costs $26 for an assumed business name. It's $26. It's like one sheet you fill out, you sign, they stamp it, they put you in the system, you check the box, it says all 100 counties of North Carolina, and boom, you're there, you're on the county's website, right? I have 3 or 4, maybe 5 businesses registered. Once you do that, you take that paperwork and you go to a bank and you start a business account. Now, I'm gonna give you 3 good banks to work with. The first one is Wells Fargo. The thing about Wells Fargo is you have to have a certain amount of money to open the account. And they charge you, if you don't keep a certain amount of money in the account, you have to pay so much money per month, I believe, right? Okay, the second bank that I suggest is SunTrust. I suggest SunTrust because you can open it. It takes I think you have to deposit $100 or so within the first 30 days of opening the account, but you can do it online.
Oh, okay.
So you don't actually have to go in person. So that's an option. But if you don't keep a certain amount of money in the account per month, you have to pay $15. It's a service fee that you have to pay. So if you're not doing a lot of business, you're just getting started, you're looking at putting out whatever 15 times 12 is in a year to keep the account open. And or you forget that the account is open because you're doing stuff via cash, you're just trying to get work, not even really charging, just trying to get work, and you end up going into the negative or paying out all this money. Might not be an option for you. Third bank that I would suggest is South State Bank. South State Bank is a great bank. You can open the account with like $50 or whatever. I like South State Bank because you don't have to keep a minimum balance. Your balance can be zero. Now you gotta go in to open it. You gotta go inside the bank to open it up, and you gotta open it with $50. But after you open it, it is what it is.
Everything from your phone from there.
Yeah, you can. And all 3 of these banks offer online services and stuff like that. If you want a card reader or whatever, they'll give it to you. I don't suggest going through a bank for a card reader because they're gonna charge you. That don't make sense to me. When you can spend less than I think I got a card reader for like $6 from Best Buy when it was on sale. Yeah. 2 of them actually. I don't have neither one of them now because I gave them to other businesses. But that's not the thing right there. But you can get one, and set it up yourself. It's not as deep as having to go through a bank for all the services. So make sure you read the fine print and decide if you need to go through the bank for certain services or if you can do it yourself. A lot of stuff today is paid through Cash App.
Yeah.
So start a Cash App for your business.
And
only use it for your business. Same thing with the bank. Whenever I know that you might spend money out of your pocket, at least I do. Everything I get from my business, for the most part, I spend out of my pocket. Or like for the studio, I'm using my gig money where I sing to fund whatever else I got going on for the studio. Right. But the way I do it is when I get that gig money, I chart it in one account for my singing account, right? And then I use that and kind of put it over to the whatever other account I'm working with for the business. And that way I have a running statement, because when you get your statements, it shows all of your transactions. So I'm bad at keeping up with receipts, but my bank statement shows everything that I purchased. So that's how you keep up with it. So you need to determine your business structure, register your name, get your bank account. If you are going to, have a building, you need to get insurance. Commercial insurance it can be difficult to get depending on your business structure or what kind of business you're doing, because again, white collar America, blue collar America, they don't really understand us. They're like, well, we don't really understand what you're doing, you know, if it's something out of the realm of something that they've heard of before. So it can be a little bit difficult, but you want to make sure that your stuff is covered. Even as far as personally, make sure you have a renter's policy if you're renting your home, and have your stuff covered. So if something happens, there's coverage there. Next thing is you want to register with the IRS and the government. You got to do it, okay? You have to do it. But you know, as a sole proprietor, you're able to do everything under your social security number, but but all those conjunction words. You can also get an EIN if you're going to have employees, okay? Employer identification number. Like, I know I'm gonna be writing checks to people to pay them for services. They gotta fill out a W-9.
But you have an EIN, correct?
I do. Because I know that with the party band, hey, party band around, I know with the party band, I'm gonna be paying them in checks so I can keep a clear records.
Right.
So they gotta fill out W-9s so that the IRS can get their money, and they're not gonna come back after me for tax evasion. I don't have time for that, right? So we gotta, you know, do everything in you have to do everything decently and in order. That's what the church people say. There you go. Hallelujah. All right, so register your name with the Register of Deeds. Well, I'm sorry. Determine your business structure. Register your name. Register with the IRS and the government. Make sure you have some sort of insurance to cover yourself and your property.
Real quick, I forgot something. Let me interject. I'm sorry. With the thinking piece, if you, depending on what you're doing, you may need a lawyer or a financial advisor. So yeah, get with someone else that may be in your field that has these people in place, or reach out to the Small Business Center, may be able to help. I don't know, but yeah. So just wanted to put that out there. You need a team. Everybody needs a team. So, and
keep your mouth closed. We keep saying that. It is important to keep your mouth shut.
Right.
For example, when I knew I was gonna start what I was gonna start, I told them. I told my circle, which is very small, my circle of people who I know can keep their mouth shut. We knew the name of Amber's bid. We've known it for like 7 months.
Right.
But we kept our mouth shut because she had to go through the process of registering it and all of that kind of stuff. Keep your mouth shut. Okay?
Right.
Okay. What about you? What do you think people should do?
Number 3.
Yes.
Brand and grow. Branding is very important. So when you think of your name and when you think of your logo or what it is, think long and hard. Mm-hmm. Because once it's made, once people see it, once it's out there, and you try to transition, it may be hard to do that. Because trying to change things, you know, could be difficult. The next thing is when you are branding, make sure you do it yourself, because your opinion is the only opinion that matters. Yeah. Because I had a hard time, like I'm indecisive, so it's hard for me to make decisions sometimes. And so I always come to them and be like, what y'all think about this? They'd be like, make the decision yourself.
Yeah. Cause I'll tell you what I think, but you know what I'm saying, don't listen to me.
Right.
I don't, you do what you want to do.
Because at the end of the day, it's your business. You gotta be okay with it.
You're not gonna blame nothing on me.
Had you said,
if it were me, I would, however,
right.
Do what you want to do, Chad. Do what you want to do.
Right.
So, and that's the thing. If you listen to somebody else and then you actually look at it, but you have it, you branded it, you've put it out into the atmosphere, you put it out and let people see it, and you find something wrong with it, you find out that you don't really like it, you're gonna try to like blame the other person.
Right.
And so it's better just to come up with the name by yourself, do the logo by yourself, and just keep pushing. Now, if you're a company, like if it's a group of y'all, then yes, y'all have to do it as a team. But if you're by yourself, you're one person, do it yourself. Because that way, the only person you can blame if you don't like it is yourself.
Right.
And I don't think that by saying do the logo yourself, you can design it yourself.
Right.
Like,
I'm just saying,
come up with your idea.
Use your own ideas.
Right.
And Fiverr.
Yes.
Fiverr is the best place to go for all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really good.
All of that. Go to Fiverr and get all of that done.
For anything.
Yeah.
But when you decide on which one you're gonna go with, decide on it. And people are gonna throw shade.
Of course.
I don't like that. You should have did.
I didn't ask your opinion.
This is a family-friendly show, so I'm not gonna tell you what I really would say to those people.
Okay, come down. You're on a 10.
I'm sorry. Let me come back down to a 3.
So once you have like all that, your
In my
brand
feelings.
stuff.
I saw.
I'm sorry. My bad.
So once you have your brand, so like once you have your name, your logo, all that in place, you want to build your team. Like bring in people, whether it's somebody that you confide in about what's going on or what you're having difficulties in doing, but make sure it's somebody you trust.
Be careful how much you're confiding.
Yeah, that too.
Everybody can handle everything.
You can't tell one person everything.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Then you need to look at people you want to bring in. So for example, with Butter Love products, I have testers, people that I trust, that I know won't slander me, won't tell my business, won't be like, oh well girl, she gave me this product and I ain't really like it, but I ain't gonna tell her, I'm gonna just tell her it's good. No, you need people that's really gonna be like, okay, Amber, it's a good start, but let's try to fix XYZ, you know, stuff like that. So I use them a lot to test my products, and then I have other friends with different other hair textures to test it too. I don't want people to think that I'm just using my own hair. No, I'm using other textures, because us three right here, we all have different textures. Our hairs all take different moisture levels. Like my hair soaks up product. Like I can oil my scalp the next day. It's dry. But like, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I use different people. And with your team, you just gotta know who to trust, and you just gotta have that bond, that vibe, that relationship with them. Once you build your team, and like, for example, with music, Aftan has her team. She knows who she can call, who can help her, or she can help do this. JoShayla has her people who she call. Y'all know I'll pose for the camera now. Click.
Come on,
pose.
She's also my second shooter if I need someone.
She be printing out photos and everything.
She does. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's the best assistant ever. And she does not do it for free.
Come on,
She
pay your people.
She always says she does not want to be paid, but I make sure that she gets paid. Do
Hold
not
on.
take advantage of people in your corner.
Time out. Let me just talk to you for a minute. Don't ever let anybody do anything for you for free, because they'll bring it back up.
Right.
I don't care how many times, oh, you don't have to pay me, you don't have to pay me. If you don't have the money right then to pay them, that's fine. But you need to pay them something.
Right.
You need to give them something, because you don't want to be that business person that nobody wants to work with because your money is always funny.
Correct.
If you know your money ain't, if you know your money is funny, don't hire people until you know you got the money to pay them.
Correct.
Okay? Okay. Just
Word
want
of
to put that out
wisdom.
there. Just want to put that out there. Yeah.
Acting thoughts.
That's fine.
So then, after you build a team, you have all that in play, you want to choose your vendors. So like for me, it's different events that happens to where I can go so that my products sell them. Then for you, when you do your gigs, there's different events that you have. When you have that, put it on social media. Social media is a great tool to use when you know you have something coming up and you know you're gonna have a lot of products, or if you know you're gonna be seen and people wanna come hear you sing. Put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever works for you. And that's another thing, to piggyback on your target audience. Figure out what they use. Because me, I get more traction on Instagram.
Right.
You get more traction on Facebook, right? Or
I
you don't know.
It depends.
Gotcha.
It just really depends.
Mine is definitely Instagram.
See, so you have to figure out your audience and where they're at and go to where they're at.
Quick thing with the social media. If you are running a business, you can no longer be who you used to be on social media.
Or who you really are.
Right. You can't share every meme.
Nope.
You can't post every thought. You can't go on every rant.
Nope.
You can't entertain every fight,
Nope.
or every piece of drama, or every political news event, because that will deteriorate who you are as a business person.
So let me piggyback off of that and say, if you still want to engage in those things, then you need to make an anonymous page where
That,
you
no
choose
name,
to
no
be
picture,
who
no
you
nothing.
are, okay? You can be who you are, watch what you want to watch, do all of that, follow who you want to follow, and all that kind of stuff.
I use Snapchat for that.
Yeah, it ain't safe for me. It ain't safe.
It stays up for 24 hours. I can delete it even quicker. And it's gone.
You know what I'm saying? And even if, like, as a singer, like, I share stuff, I share other people's stuff, I don't leave it up there very long, because it's not me being funny. It's when potential clients come to look at my page, they need to be able to see me singing instantly. They need to be able to see my itinerary. They need to be able to see, there are certain things that they need to be able to see, because people look at my personal page more than they look at my music page.
That's true.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? And like, different sites are for different things.
Mm-hmm.
I get more traction as far as like my dates are concerned on Instagram, but like videos of me singing, I get more traction on Facebook. So it depends on the content that I'm uploading, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it also depends on whoever I'm singing with at the time. Because
Yeah.
some bands have more traction on one or the other, or you know what I'm saying? So it just all depends, but there's always ways around it, but you want to make sure that you understand that you are the brand. It doesn't matter what the name of the company is, you are the brand. So everything you do is what your clients are watching. And when I see you being messy and stuff like that, I will not spend my money with you. I'm not gonna do it, because that's me. I can't do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Even as a photographer too, like if I'm friends with you on Facebook and I see that you have a lot of stuff going on, it makes me leery to work with you, because what will happen while I'm on a shoot with you? I don't want to put myself and my equipment in danger because you got a lot of mess going on. So it does affect and hinder different aspects. And definitely, again, as a business owner, your image, you are your brand. And if you don't want people to assume certain things or relate certain things to your brand, you cannot be that person on social media. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Those are good points. I know those. It need to be said. Those are good points, because it's about branding.
Right.
You are your brand. Even though your face may not be the logo or whatever, you're still the person they see when they do business with you. So you have to carry yourself accordingly. That's light. And then the last of the last, but the most important, is advertisement. Advertise yourself. Market yourself. That's it's certain times that you should just get on Instagram or get on Facebook when you know people are on there to get views or likes or whatever, engagement, interaction. Because on Saturdays, like Saturday, 12 noon, everybody's out and about. They're with their family, they're spending time with their family. But around dinner time, everybody at home. Around 6, 7, everybody at home. That's when you should upload a video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But on Saturdays during the morning, it's getting hot now. So if their family, people are out. They're at soccer games, basketball games, football games, whatever game it may be, what season, whatever. They're out with their family. They're out moving around. But again, 6, 7 o'clock come in, depending on your target audience. That's when you need to upload a video. Or
even the club heads.
Yeah.
Because at that time they're at home chilling out before they get ready to go to the club.
Yeah, they eating.
They
chilling.
rolling.
Pre-game, 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Lucy. I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying?
So here's what happened.
I remember.
The camera cut off, and JoShayla don't know what she's saying.
I said what I said. I know what I said. Hold on. I know what I'm trying to say.
Here we
So
go.
a lot of times Facebook will give you ad credits. If you have a post that you post on your business page is doing really good, it'll say boost it with a $10 post, and here's a $10 credit. Take advantage of that. And I've noticed they happen almost quarterly. So take advantage of that, and it asks you your target audience by age, location, however you want to do it. If you want it as broad as possible, that's awesome. If you're willing to travel, you travel. You will be traveling with vending. But if you're trying to stay more local, then you want to adjust those to where it's just in your area of what you're trying to work in. So I just wanted to put that out there because that's great. But word of mouth is probably going to be your biggest selling point. So always handle yourself with professionalism. I don't care if you just run into the store. You don't know who knows who might have told them about you, and they see you in the grocery store and they're trying to approach you because they want your services. But if you're rude and nasty to them, well, not only have you lost that contact, you've lost whoever they're going to talk to. So be mindful. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, dress like you to the nines all the time, but be personable. And I'm an introvert, and I don't like talking, but I still try to bring myself and present myself in an approachable manner, because you just never know.
This is true. And be consistent.
Yeah.
Child, I can't say that I record R&B, but I'm gonna go in the country, and then when people ask me about country, I say I'm just focusing on R&B. What? You said.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, well, everybody needs to stop talking. I'm gonna record what I want to record. And no, honey, they're only talking about what you already put out there. And as a business person,
She's going to time out after this.
I'm just saying, like, you have to be consistent.
You do have to be consistent.
You can't go off on people because they're just reiterating what you said.
Right, that's true. That's true.
So I don't know. Consistency is key. Think. Register.
Brand.
And brand.
Think, register, brand.
I don't know what happened. Alright.
It's because you were talking about me earlier.
It is. Yeah. That's what I get. That's what I get for talking. But again, we are 7East. I'm Aftan Ci.
AmberCherish.
And JoShayla.
And these are the 3 ways to get started with your new business. We hope y'all have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. These green lights mean money, 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 money. Woo! Money. Yes. All about the Benjamins, baby. So, oh, that was a little whack.
I thought it was cute.
It's okay. But again, we're 7East. We hope y'all have a good week and enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends, enemies, and spies if there be any.
Hey.
We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.